Hello and welcome to today's video, and today I'm going to be doing a bit different type of video where basically I'm going to be doing sort of experimental sort of challenge style video in Planet Coaster. Now, as we all know, in the design process of a roller coaster, it's usually down to the actual designer themselves to decide what elements best suit the ride, what complement the ride experience the best, and obviously what makes the best sort of experience in terms of like the forces, like the hang time, the G-forces, and every other kind of thing. And obviously it's all designed usually by a human ride designer. And today I'm going to be taking that sort of creative freedom away from myself. I'm going to basically be building a roller coaster in Planet Coaster, but every single element is decided by this wheel here with all different elements on it. So obviously first I've got to decide what manufacturer and ride type I want to build first. So let's decide right now what it's going to be. And obviously there are a bunch of different options on here, and let's see what it is. Ooh, I'm going to be building a Sierra Force coaster, which was a very interesting option. Obviously, if you don't know what a Sierra Force coaster is, it's basically like examples being something like Farmyard Flyer at Paulson's Park, or the Dragon roller coaster at various different Legoland parks. I'm going to be building a Sierra Force coaster, and obviously from here on out I'll change the wheel options to decide what actual elements I want to be adding onto the ride. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have the Sierra Force Coaster station up on my screen on Planet Coaster right now. And obviously without further delay, let's just spin the wheel. There's a bunch of, I've basically chosen a bunch of different elements. Almost every single element from Roller Coaster Database. So let's first spin the wheel. What's the first element going to be then? Could literally be anything. Like, I've got inversions on here and everything. What have we got? We've got a stalled Immelman. How are we going to do that? I'm actually going to cheat a little bit. First thing, but basically I'm going to have the station raised pretty high in the air, and I'm going to have the first part of the ride actually be a drop, because there's no way it's going to be going into an Immelman just straight out of the station. Go, dropping down, and obviously then it's going to go straight into this Immelman, this stalled Immelman. Okay, so we've done that stalled Immelman, which I assume this is what it looks like. I could be very wrong. Now let's move on to the next element. Oh, what could we get? Oh, we have gotten a twisted horseshoe roll. This is quite a rare element. You can find them on things like Maverick at Cedar Point or Blue Fire at Europa Park. So there is the twisted horseshoe roll. And I'm betting the next element's probably going to be like another inversion or something. If it isn't, I'll be completely gobsmacked. So next element is it's a Sidewinder. And the interesting part is it's literally right underneath the station. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so let's start. Imagine seeing this in like a Sierra Force coaster though. You never would though. Okay, that's the Sidewinder done. And now the next element. Just imagining a drum roll in my head, and we have an incline dive loop. Now I'm going to just assume it's the same logic as like an incline loop, where it's a dive loop but it's at an angle. Okay, so that doesn't look too bad actually. It kind of just looks like just sort of like a wave turn from a different angle. Okay, so next element. I don't know how many more elements I can possibly do, considering the sheer magnitude of this ride. I'm getting some really strange elements. I've now got a max dive loop, but that is an element on Max Force, so it's Six Flags Great America, and I'm going to build one. Now there's only one max dive loop in the world, and obviously it's on Max Force at Six Flags Great America. It's going to be fun. bit like a dive loop on Solar Ride, which is like the tiniest and most compact dive loop on the planet. Okay, so there we go, the max dive loop. Now the final element, please be a good one, because we've had a lot of inversions so far. We have got a Top Gun stall. This is going to be a hard one. The Top Gun stall is basically a 0G stall above an airtime hill, and it's from the two separate tracks. Okay, because we've been quite inversion heavy in this layout, we've got, how many inversions have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 5 inversions at the moment. So I'll do the actual airtime part of it, and then builds a fake 0G stall above the hill, so that technically makes it a Top Gun stall. Okay, so now that that's done, we just sort of have to basically also complete the rides, essentially. Okay, so we have now completed our roller coaster, our very extreme Sierra Force coaster, which was decided purely by this wheel. And now I'm going to show you the official POV of the ride, and I hope you enjoy.